We are so excited to get going. Tim Howard, Robbie Mustoe, Robbie Earle, Rebecca Lowe with you all weekend long. We're going to get going, though, with the news, of course, that happened earlier on this week. Steve Bruce has lost his job, Robbie Mustoe. We thought it would happen. Graham Jones will take at least the next two, including Palace, tomorrow away from home. Your reaction to Bruce finally going?
Always going to happen. Untenable, no wins in 9 all competitions, 19 goals against. The fans don't really want him there. It's a new ownership, new manager is always going to happen. Of course, we'll see now what they're going to do in the future. Graham Jones for now, but big decisions, Rebecca, this club need to be made, starting from the very top with the CEO or director of football. Lots of work to do.
Tim, we talked about it a lot at the weekend. For all parties, Steve Bruce included, it just needed to happen, didn't it?
It needed to happen, and when you see his comments, you feel bad for him. I mean, he did everything he could with what he was given at Newcastle to finish 12th and 13th, which is respectable given what they had. And I actually feel sorry for him. I do. They have to get this one right because I believe the next manager is going to be a bridge to what's to come.
Well, Robbie, that's what I want to talk to you about. The next manager. The name at the moment seems to either be Paulo Fonseca or Frank Lampard. What are your thoughts on those two names?
Well, more than that, Rebecca, it's who's making these choices. And Amanda Staveley has done a brilliant job at buying football clubs. Is she a brilliant person to pick a coach, a director of football, a technical director, the scouting things, all the structures that need to be in place? That's my worry for Newcastle United now, whether it's Fonseca, whether it's Lampard or Gerrard and all the names that we're saying there. There's got to be some real good football nous and understanding to make sure Newcastle come in. And my point being that for 10 minutes we saw what Newcastle could be about in that game against Spurs, but for 80 minutes we saw what Newcastle are, a mess. And Newcastle have to sort this mess out because there is absolutely no guarantee that they'll stay in the Premier League.
So, Robbie, they need a manager that has maybe the contacts of a technical director of a whole scouting network. I mean, does a Lampard have that?
No. I think it's got to be a manager for me. It wouldn't be Fonseca. I think it has to have Premier League experience. This is a unique situation. You don't want a manager coming into the league for the first time, kind of feeling his way. I really like Steven Gerrard, the idea of him. Eddie Howe. Maybe it's time for Eddie Howe to come and be the bridge that Tim talked about.
It needs to be instant impact, whoever it is, because they have to stay up.
Do you have a favourite name?
I'd like to see Gerrard. I think it's a job for him.
Gerrard.
Somebody mentioned Chris Wilder.
Crikey, that's rather left field. By the way, at the weekend, we wanted Mourinho. We change every day. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches and much more.